know what we should
person.
do? We should find them.
Yeah, we should
Good
find
luck.
kidnap
Good luck.
Let's just first get out of the place before we have our ears ring again.
Alright.
I was about to say.
Oh, right! I just remembered the ending notes, and now I'm terrified.
Oh, great.
I don't remember the
Alright.
ending notes.
That's because
I'm
you
not
weren't part of
smart.
it. You don't know what he knows.
I'm not
Alright.
smart.
We'll do a little bit of roll call. Everybody good?
See.
Wave the drunken
Corn.
fist. Bard with bagpipes.
Yes.
Glow stick minion.
Ain't no minion, but I do make glow stick.
Definitely not a furry.
Oh my lord. Wallace is a fucking high elf. How is he a
And
furry?
then the hungry dragonborn.
My tummy hurt.
Could you just say definitely not
My
scared?
tummy hurt.
My tummy hurt. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if we are good to go, I will go ahead and set up our esteemed and illustrious gaming board and get our map loaded and see if we cannot get ourselves delved into tonight's game of Dragons. Alright. With a recap as things are being set up at the moment. As our intrepid adventuring party last left off, finding themselves deep within what seemed to be a hillside temple. Something buried far beyond whatever civilization might have even been out here. As we pick ourselves up with a bit of confusion, as dealing with a small bone charm after being sent out by Lord Brokenridge, a powerful lord in the Kamyar, almost as if a Holy Roman Empire, a fractured empire of minor knights and nobles squabbling for power. But again, as we pick ourselves up and get somewhat into character, our party has just divulged themselves into this temple and found a rather unsavory piece of equipment, a small charm made of bone that has been shattered in 3 pieces. After our illustrious Zoram casting Identify on it, finding out just what seems to have happened with it, we go ahead and pick up there, as currently holding the charm would be Ryoka as she was carrying it off as Zoram casts the spell.
Ryoka, I do not believe that is something you want to be touching.
Why not?
Well, let's see. When I tried to fix it, it broke apart, and then, just like the sorcerer or the cup you all tried to stick around with, another weird eldritch being decided to talk in my head. So, you think...
We make it happen again, I want to drive him insane.
This is something that is not to be messed around with.
I mean, we've messed around with the cup. Nothing happened.
Do you know what a Leviathan is?
No.
No?
What is it?
If I recall, they're very
Something big, it sounds
powerful.
big.
Very big.
Can I tame it?
Probably not.
Are you sure about that?
Just don't... We can't just be messing around with something like this.
Not with that attitude.
Given the circumstances, from what I'm understanding, and the design of this place, I have a feeling that this place is almost... the carvings are almost modeled after this creature, as this is one of its bones.
So what you're saying is we take the bones and then we threaten people that we're gonna release a Leviathan upon their town.
That sounds like a good plan.
That
Why are you
is-
like this?
That is something
Why are
that
we not
would
like this?
kill everyone, including us.
I mean,
By the
not if we
sounds
give
of
it
this-
doggy treats. You know,
Alright,
like make it happy.
I mean, I would say we've already had one occurrence like this. I would say at this point we're an expert at running away from things that are very powerful and very dead. So we
Aside
can do it
from
again.
this thing's almost. If I can say,
Do I know exactly what kind of how leviathans would behave?
Make me. This would be. Even though you are a very studious person, you wouldn't necessarily know how they behave. Make me an intelligence check. Say at disadvantage.
I'm so glad I have a +5. So it's very hard to roll because my hands are my hands are in braces.
Why are your hands in braces?
Because I had triggered my tinnitus.
Tinnitus is ringing in your ears.
No, sorry, not tinnitus, tendinitis, which is in my wrist.
Alright, let's put our dicks away here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to it.
Okay, so first roll was a 18 plus 5, and second one is a 14 plus 5, so 19.
From what you know, Leviathans from times of yore are beasts that were used by the Titans to challenge the gods. They were beasts of war. They were not something to be trifled with. They were not pets, only to the Titans themselves.
Time to become a Titan.
This is just something we can't just play around with.
Not with that attitude.
No, this is something we can't play around with, period.
Ryoka, do you have something like a self-preservation instinct? Because it really doesn't seem like it.
What is a self-preservation
every
instinct?
time that my life has been threatened, I've come out alive. So,
This is not something that you can simply run away from. This is something that was used to challenge gods.
So what I'm hearing is we leave the city,
What did Rowan say?
or just the continent in general.
What did Rowan say?
The continent.
No, like beforehand.
we
Yeah,
leave.
so what I'm hearing is we leave the continent.
it's
As far
probably
as I
something-
know, this is stuck in the bones, so
I feel
There's-
we can
not-
like.
okay. Let me stop you right there, Ryoka. It is
Yes.
not the fact that it might be trapped in a bone like the fucking cup. It's just that this is part of it. It's connected to it. It means it could be free wherever the fuck it is. It is by certain.
But then
not
why
really-
would its bone be outside of its body?
Ryoka, can you please think for 3 fucking seconds that this is something we don't play around with? This thing might be almost as kin to one of the gods or some shite.
From my research, it was used by Titans to challenge gods.
She looks to Ronan and just wiggles an eyebrow.
Rowan is currently debating the upsides and the downsides of this.
She
Upside.
looks to Ronan for his final verdict.
It's just like, on the bright side, we could piss off a god. On the bad side, we could piss off a god.
Well, I have the feeling that messing with something of that power is probably a bad idea.
Alright, how about
I mean,
we do
everything we
what-
do is a bad idea, but we
Okay.
do it anyway.
So,
See-
how about we just leave this be for now? We do whatever we're coming in here to do, and we solve
Yeah,
this
what was
later.
that?
I don't know. Why are we down here? He just turned around looking at someone.
Well, at the moment, as you turn around and look, you just see everybody. There is nothing around you that just kind of just trunces what's going on. But you do know that, with all seriousness, this might be something dangerous. You might need to leave. But it seems whatever it is, I mean, it's just a piece of bone.
Let's just keep venturing forth.
Yeah,
But
there's
Ryoka, I swear. If I
Ryoka, could you
see
smash those doors open?
Ryoka, I
Which ones?
swear.
These ones.
There are two doors, both of them made out of a stone and wood, that are currently laid into the wall, about one to your north and one to your west. So east. So from where you are, compared to the pedestal you just stepped away from to kind of fuck with the bone that Zoram cast a spell on, you turn around and you see that there are two doors that are almost inlaid, very fine to the way they almost look like reliefs until you finally pick out the wood that's denoting them. And then you can finally see that there are two doorways there. Both doors are closed.
He wanders
Ryoka,
over.
smash!
She wanders over to where the door that Rowan's pointing at, and she is gonna do another desk situation where she fucking smashes a hole through it. Give me one moment to see if I have a thing that could possibly help me here. Level are we again? I forget.
Oh, for
What level?
God's sakes.
Oh, jeez.
How do you forget what level you are, game?
Level 5, okay. I'm sorry!
Look, let's just get through this place, figure out what the heck
Okay, I
we're
just have the extra. thing.
trying to figure out for Broken Ridge. And then probably just not deal with some type of otherworldly horror that could fuck us over worse than a sorcerer.
Actually, I have a question regarding that.
Yes.
Could I surmise that perhaps that bone was related to what is going on outside?
I mean, you can surmise it yourself, sure.
Like, there's no magical properties going on with the bone, right?
Not that you know of.
Okay.
Aside from that, putting it back together would be impossible due to close testing to put it back together. So
Honestly, I think it's good that it didn't work.
I'll be right back.
anyway,
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to see the door and.
Make me a strength check. 'Cause this is a stone door.
I'm punching the wood.
Wood's more of a decorative piece.
Well, shit. Ryoka isn't the brightest person.
So we've gathered.
and while Ryoka's dealing with
Hey, Roy,
that door,
you wanna hope for a 20 from me?
can Wallace open this door up here that isn't being touched by,
Yes.
What was the
You
result on Ryoka?
I am warming up my dice. That's what's happening.
Alright.
Okay, it's a 21.
21. You
Strength.
whack! As you drive your fist forward, there's a small dent in the stone. And the pain starts slowly crawling up your hand into your wrist, and then following into your arm. And you having training with this, you pull your fist back, and there's definitely a small shift to your knuckles, like one of them broke, but
Oh.
didn't cause any damage to yourself.
Okay, we could try something, but I'm gonna need everyone to get out of the room and cover their ears.
Oh no.
No. I will put you
No,
to sleep,
please.
bud.
Is it broken or is it dislocated?
Make me a medicine check.
Well, it's kind of just looks. Everyone, have you tried just opening the door normally? And he's just
I
going
wanna
to try to
punch it!
push it. He's gonna try to push the stun door open.
Looking over the stone door, you do see that through the inlays of the wood, you do see a small latch. But as you try and push it, it doesn't seem to work. So you reach down and grab onto the latch and pull, and sees the door and starts kind of grinding out slowly as if it's not entirely a door, but almost like a hatch. And as you pull it out, it starts falling towards you, and you have to hold on to it. The sheet of stone and wood that you now kind of hold that as it pops out of the wall is roughly about maybe 3 inches thick, which is roughly, I think, 4 centimeters? 5 centimeters?
It's more like 6-ish.
Yeah, 6 centimeters, okay. But as they pull that out and kind of hold on to it, you all watch as well as it's now holding onto this door and just start scooting it off to the side. And you hear the grinding of stone against stone until he finally lays it against the side of the wall. And as it opens up, a just breeze of stiff and stifled air that just... It's as if it's been stagnant for dozens of years. It just breathes out towards you, and as you kind of look down at it, it's a set of stairs that seems to go down into what you might think could be a crypt, possibly. You're not sure.
See, I told you it's not that difficult to open a door.
I rolled a 16 for my medicine.
It's definitely just dislocated. So you
Can I pop it back into place?
yeah, you can just pop it back into place.
What's Ryoka's intelligence?
12.
I'm surprised it's not like an 8.
You thought it was an 8, I thought it was a fucking 6.
And that's how we know that characters sometimes don't know their own strengths and weaknesses. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Okay, so do we want to go down there, or?
Let's see what's down the other pathway first, and we'll try to see if there's a latch for the...
And go over and kind of like push Ryoka out of the way gently.
Hey, I could have done it!
Ryoka, you should punch it again. Maybe we'll open this time.
Maybe
I mean, you
don't
see
punch
that
it again.
dent? If I keep punching, it might work.
And go over and
Ryoka, you know,
grab onto this latch.
your wrist is like your hands are kind of important.
I can fight with nubs.
As you grab onto the latch and pull it out, as Ryoka is having this conversation with Niram in the background, you yank it out and find it much the same as the other, but it seems stuck. As you pull it, it doesn't seem to want to come all the way out. As you... it seems stuck, as if something is holding it in place.
This is much more annoying. You know, Ryoka, you want to test your own strength, you can try to yank that latch open.
She goes over to yank the latch.
Make me a strength check.
I'm going to laugh if you fail.
Alright. What'd you get?
18.
18. As you pull on it, you hear the sound of groaning metal, as if an iron chain is slowly being pulled taut. And as you keep pulling on it, you hear ping, as it sounds like a chain finally breaks off in the doorway. You gotta, and you stumble backwards with it in your grasp. And it almost topples you over, but you manage to keep your footing just due to your dexterous nature. And looking past this, it looks to be another small room, much like this, but it's odd. You're not sure why. It's just an empty room, but it's just odd.
Ryoka looks to the group and it's just like, something tells me we just released some kind of ghost.
Oh, so you... Hold up.
Wait, hold
Time
the
out
phone.
of that.
Hold the phone.
You're
Time
not
out here. Like, out of
scared.
character time out here for a moment. Ryoka is scared about releasing a ghost, but not a freaking Leviathan?
She knows more about ghosts than she does about Leviathans.
I was about to say that as well. Velas is just looking at it, just like they're saying you'll rather be fine releasing something akin to a cosmic god, but you're scared of one specter.
Rowan just, fucking desperately looking through any spells that he can use to create ghosts now.
And she just shrugs and be like, I mean, ghosts are real.
Wait.
You got the dumbfounded look on Vola. Like,
Zoram too!
I would like to use my patented technique of throwing just a copper coin into the room. Check if anything happens.
As you throw the copper coin into the room, it disappears.
What?
Ryoka looks inside and she's like, can I touch it?
Okay. Question. Should we head down first? This is like to the group. It's like just in character. Should we head down first and punch whatever is down there, or you guys just want to jump through there?
I vote option B. Ryoka.
No, okay, hear me out. We can go down first, punch whatever's there, and then go back up and jump through.
True.
Because if we go through there, we might not be able to come back.
Okay.
Can I do something?
What do you want to do?
Can we please go into a private VC for this one? It'll take 10 seconds.
Give me one moment, everybody.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh boy. Also, what is a specter? I know ghost, but like specter. What?
Nora's just like, what is Spectre?
Ghosts aren't real. Everyone knows this.
How is Spectre? Why is Spectre? How is Spectre?
Where is specter? Like
In
genuinely.
there.
Honestly, I don't like that Zorn felt familiarity with a Leviathan bone.
Hey,
That's some
Ryoka is
profuse
going
sweating
to cause
moment.
an apocalypse event if you let her keep her part of the bone.
I
Oh
swear
yeah,
to
Zorn's
God,
gonna
like
probably take it.
Ryoka and
No,
Rowan are gonna be the
fine.
cause of the fucking like.
Zorn is going to threaten to unenchant your shit if you don't.
Hey Ryoka, what if we take half of the bone and throw it through and we keep the other half?
Alright. Now that that's resolved, Ryoka, you're currently still holding on to this door as it's just. You go to the side and start pushing it down and just laying it against the wall, much like you had seen Avolis do with his. And as you go over, you see.
I'll tell you this much: it's a 19.
Okay, got it. You put the door down, and just as you do, something seems to come out from behind it. And it looks to be a pale white sheen of a floating entity. And as it sails out, it just seems to float in front of your face. It goes, oh, and then disappears.
See, I told you there was a ghost!
So wait a minute, is that a ghost or a specter? I still don't get the difference.
It was a ghost. She's completely unfazed. She's like, I knew it!
Okay, so are people still holding the bone pieces?
Yes, Ryoka is still Technically, she would have to put them into like a pouch or something while she was dealing with the door, but.
Ryoka has like a piece or.
Last thing, just both doors are open. So what's the design of this one?
It's literally just a hallway down. As I was saying, it was literally just a hallway down. It's stairs.
I guess
It was just stairs.
Well, also gonna check what this room is.
Alright.
Because they've just been standing there for literally a half hour.
So, as you step by and you're coming up close to where you had seen and watched the copper coin disappear. seems you're on some sort of threshold. What do you want to do?
The room is dark, right?
Yep.
Can I cast light?
As you cast light, where are you casting it, or are you just casting globs?
Right in front of you.
Okay. As you cast it, it seems to interact with some sort of field and then disappear. Not but maybe a few inches from your face.
Is this the door Ryoka opened or the door of the stairs?
This is the one you open.
He takes a moment to ponder what he should use next. Of course, he... let me just make sure I have the spell in my thing. Would it be possible to cast and I try to dispel the magic in front of me?
Dispel magic?
Yeah.
You bring your hands up. You bring your hands up and forming a complex arc of an arcane circle, and you cast it out. You see a small field in front of you shimmer and then disappear.
Do you be able to tell if it worked or failed?
What are you putting through?
I guess he will just like move the end of his, like the butt of his staff towards where the field was supposed to be, just to test.
So you start pushing your staff through, and nothing happens.
Okay, well, whatever that was there, I think I managed to get rid of it.
You broke it! You fucking broke it!
You broke it!
God damn it!
You know, Ryoka, if you don't want me leading, how about you go on ahead instead and get yourself disintegrated? Okay?
We don't know if that's disintegration.
What if it was
Volus,
like a portal to...
as it dispels, you see beyond where this field was, roughly about the far edge. So I'll say just about here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a singular chest. It looks made out of solid iron.
Ryoka's gonna...
You don't see it.
I mean, it's pretty visible.
Yeah, Rowan would
Ryoka's gonna move in!
Rowan would like rush towards it.
Hey,
Ryoka
you know,
and
you
Rowan
guys
fighting
want
each
to
other.
bitch about me doing this type of stuff. I could just put the thing back.
Can you though?
I don't even
Can
get
you,
I don't
though?
even get a thank you from you guys. Sheesh.
Thank
And
you.
he goes to
I can open that pretty easily though.
you know what? Sure.
Open it.
If
Rowan would just like step towards the chest. I'm guessing the lock is made out of metal too.
Yes.
I would like
Ryoka's
to
gonna be like
cast
standing
heat
behind
metal
him.
onto the lock.
Okay. As you cast heat metal, you see the inside of the lock starts turning a very bright, vibrant red as it starts heating more and more. And suddenly you watch as it sparks, and you're like, wait a minute, that's not what that spell does. And I need you to make me a dex saving.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Where are my dice?
and this is why I chose not to open it.
This is what happens when you don't check for traps.
Wait, who's the one that's in front of?
Rowan
It
and
is
then
Rowan.
Ryoka.
It is
Oh.
Rowan and then Ryoka.
I would be doing it from the doorway though. I don't have to be standing right
It's all the way over here. How would you do it from the doorway?
because
Most likely,
because heat
He's
metal
using heat
is a
metal.
ranged spell.
Oh.
It's not a touch spell. I have
Alright, so if you're
range.
since you're doing it from range, but you're not having to, and you're not doing it up close and personal, then you don't need to worry about the deck save.
Oh, okay.
As you do so, you just watch as the lock seems to explode outwards, as if there seemed to have been a trap, and as it detonates outward, you hear this kind of muffled from inside the chest.
Bro, we're just going like, yes, it worked.
Open it!
You
Open
did
it! Open it!
not
Open it! Open it! Open it!
All right, I would like to try and open it then.
You can go over, and the metal is still hot, so you gotta shut.
You know,
put
kind of
your-
like
you-
kick it open with my foot.
Yeah, so you try with your hands first, and fuck. You kick it open. The lock is broken, so you don't need to worry about it. So as it shifts open, a fresh, pretty much gust of smoke and steam billows out to meet you. Whatever was in this chest was destroyed.
Nice. It's empty.
Damn it! I'm sad now.
Maybe because of you putting. Let me see the damn chest. And it kind of like pushes. Get out of the way.
Go by
Yeah,
and
that's
just
like
push them out of the way.
I want to know how other parties handled this compared to.
Maybe they don't yell at their. Maybe they don't yell at their caster and then decide to blow up the loot.
You're not the only caster here. We're
I said a.
four casters.
I said a caster. Anyways, you're gonna.
God, you think you're just so special.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the one that admitted that I had the brain cells of the party.
So, Volus, what are you doing?
I was gonna investigate the box to see what the heck they did.
Alright. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Okay, investigation check.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 3, it would be a 16.
16. You find rolls of steel that seem to have been charred and burnt and bent. Most of what you can tell these were scroll holders, almost like a some sort of holder for parchment or even rolls of it, like perhaps maybe a spell scroll or even just scrolls of knowledge. Whatever they were, they are now destroyed.
Hey, well, note to self, don't dick around and heat things.
Note to
That
self,
is
don't
wrong.
let Rowan open locks.
God.
Because we probably just lost some pretty expensive scrolls. Ah, well, now we just have to go on and try to find any more. Unless you feel like you want to take the box itself.
I
The
mean,
box is pretty useless now. It doesn't even lock.
I can shove Rowan in it.
Not exactly, but
In
Try.
music days, Bo starts going.
I just have to fold him right.
Remember that if you try to do that, whatever happened to that lock will happen to your nice little dart.
Not if you're in the box.
I could probably still get out of the box.
So Zorm's gonna kind of go up to Ryoka and kind of go and kindly ask if they can have the bone shard.
Why?
I want to just do some studying about it. Just some physical study about it.
Casually hands it over to him.
so Volus, as you start stepping down the stairs, the kind of muffled footsteps of you kind of clambering your boot soles onto this soft stone. You make your way down, and it's very cold down here. The air is still, almost stagnant. And it seems whatever it was, this hasn't been opened for some time. And then somebody's opening Velcro, which is always nice. Thank you, Hoopy.
You just see like a little gnome down the bottom of the stairs. You just see her like playing with a piece of Velcro, looks up and then fucking books it.
Sorry, I was readjusting my brace.
No, I like the
Okay.
gnome idea better.
So you continue down the stairs. Get this Time for him to disappear.
Goodbye, map.
He disappeared.
Goodbye.
Alright. So, the stairs go down about 20 feet. And as you step down them, immediately branches off to your right.
Well, as he starts, keeps going down, he does hold a lot more caution since, assuming that the others didn't follow him, he does take glances to the left and right. Of course, preparing a spell just in case if we have to deal with something that appears here.
While you're looking down, it is dark, there is no light, and it just smells weird down here.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would you like... No, just... He taps Valis on the shoulder, would you like me to go first? I promise not to blow anything up. I promise not to burn anything. I'm just here to scout it out.
You could see the slow turn of his head as he just looks it down. You know what? Sure.
Alright. Then with that, Rowan would just cast invisibility on himself again.
I will say this.
Can I go too?
Hear another ear-ringing thing like that, I'm putting you to sleep.
Alright, well, if Ryoka wants to come as well, we'll cast invisibility at 3rd level and turn both of them invisible.
Alright. So, you go ahead and...
Invisible monk is horrifying.
You cast the spell and you watch as Ryoka seems to disappear. And Ryoka, as you're watching, Rowan disappears in front of you and you just reach your hand out and you suddenly realize you can't see your own hand.
What sorcery is this?
Ryoka, remember, if you punch something, you'll be visible again.
Oh, that's sad.
So be patient and only punch once we know that we can punch.
Anyways, enough chatter. Let's get moving before. That way we can figure out how to get the fuck out of this place.
I am
just
calm.
go back.
What sorcery is this?
Okay. Stop moving the fucking base. Alright, the rest of you. Niram, Zoram, you're back there with Iris and Clyde. And they're just kind of staying off to the side. Iris is watching your guys' back. Clyde is just kind of almost sticking to the back of Zoram, like, I don't know what's going on here, man.
I don't know anyone else.
You guys staying up or are you going down?
I have a real quick question about the bone, just real quick.
Yes.
What part of would it be from? Like, would it be like a spine, or what would it be?
You don't know.
I have no idea.
Nope.
Okay, I'm just going to pocket the one piece, but I'm going to leave the rest, just in case. And I'm going to follow down.
Okay. And Clyde will follow after you, because you're the person who really knows.
Alright, I suppose we're
Clyde,
going downstairs.
Iris will continue watching the back. Alright, so Rowan, you watch Volus go off to the right. Where are you going?
Ryoka, where do you want to go? Other side?
Sure.
Alright. Rowan would head off towards the left.
So the two invisible characters start heading off. Zoram, you hear Ryoka and Rowan speaking to each other, but you don't see them. So they're pretty much right in front of you, but you just don't see them.
How dark is it in here?
Pitch black. There's no light. None at all.
Okay, he's gonna light up his stick.
So as you cast it, you all suddenly have this vibrant light. Seem to come to life vibrantly behind you. And it seems to bounce off of all the white stone that this area is made out of, and it starts reflecting. And you get about dim light up to about here, as it just seems to bounce off the walls.
Huh, that works good.
Oh, I mean, I'm making a bagel.
And he's going to, I guess, follow Volus because, safety in numbers.
So the only one you can really see. As you go turn around and start following Volus. And Volus, you start recognizing that there's light. You kind of have to blink your eyes to get it adjusted to the dimness. And Clyde will go and follow you. Niram, you're brought up as you get to the split in the way. You see nobody's going to the left from what you can tell. And the right side has everybody else.
Yep, so Niram's just going to stick to the party.
Okay. So, you guys head over to the side. You guys continue moving. Yeah. It's so much easier just to rotate. As it opens up, from what you can tell, as you pass by it, this looks to be some sort of a crypt. You pass by, and as you look to the left in this small indenture in the wall, you look by, and it looks like it was supposed to be a room, but it seems to have changed. There looks to be on the against the far wall, there is a small pedestal with what looks to be about 3 boxes, each of them very finely made, almost made out of an ivory and stone themselves. As you look at them, you see they're covered in dead flowers. Some of them actually look to be alive, but dead at the same time. You see elements of gold chain and silver wrapped over some of the boxes, almost religiously.
Death is temporary. Drip is forever.
He while he still is invisible, he does look over. Do you guys still have the bone pieces?
I have 1.
Well, where are the other 2?
I left them in the other place just in case.
Go get them real quick. I do want to.
It's a little hard. These pathways are a little narrow.
What?
Like, we can only fit 1 person in here at a time.
We have like 3 people in the way of Zoram.
They just come into the room here and we could shuffle. Pass me the first bone.
Just be careful. I really don't want to be messing with this thing.
Oh, believe me, there's things even I would want to mess with. But nothing ventured, nothing gained.
He's going to almost hesitantly give the bone piece.
And he is going to proceed to try to put it in one of these boxes.
You draw out the bone shard and put it into the slot. It does nothing. It just seems to be a bone shard into what seems to be a lock. You're not even sure.
Grape, I'm guessing it's the same for both boxes on both sides.
Maybe we need the other ones.
Hey, Ryoga, you want to take those? The gold and the silver?
So, Ryoga and Rowan, you guys see the exact same thing. There is a small pedestal with what looks to be an assortment of dead and alive flowers, with 3 boxes made of ivory and marble and quartz, draped in silver and gold chain.
I don't know if Game is here.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's making a bagel. She's not AFK.
She asked you if you wanted to take the gold and she take the silver.
You know what? Sure. Let's go with that.
As you guys head over and start grabbing the chain, it starts turning to water in your hands. And as it pours over the stone, you watch as it starts dissolving. And it starts slowly just starts degrading.
Well, I feel scammed.
I've been lied to.
What if we open the box?
The boxes are slowly disintegrating. They're being melted through by the water.
As it's being melted through, are we able to like look inside?
Make a perception check.
Yes, sir. That is a 18.
As the top of this chest is starting to melt inward, you see briefly on the inside what looks to be a small rectangular cylinder on the inside for a brief instant. And it looks to be covered in coral.
Can I grab?
Make me a sleight of hand check. See if you can do it without hurting yourself.
Alright. Sleight of hand, you say?
Yep.
That is a 28.
You sure that you're not a rogue? Just asking.
I have a sleight of hand of +9.
Ryoko's gonna try and grab whatever's in her chest as it's disintegrating.
Sleight of hand check. As you reach your hand in, you get burned for 2 points of acid damage.
Yep.
Instead of the full 4. And as you grab it and pull it out, the cylinder itself is a beautifully carved and engraved cylinder, almost made out of coral. You see elements of stone and metal seep through it, but it's mainly made of coral. And it is sharp. It kind of hurts to hold in your hand, but it's a good thing you're wearing gloves.
Yeah. Am I able to just, like, take some form of a cloth or something and just gently wrap it around?
I got a 19 sleight of hand.
You, Ryokis, you dip your hand in, you take 6 points of acid damage as your hand just... And as that happens, whatever was in the chest, you just see as the acid just drools through and onto it, and it just starts dissolving.
Oh, shit.
But you look over and see Rowan carrying it in his hand. Just looks to be some sort of a capsule. Zoram, Fullus, with Niram, what would you guys like to do as you just see these 3 chests before you?
You know what?
Is there any sign of them being trapped or kind of just
Make me an investigation check. Niram, is there anything you'd like to do, or Fullus?
You know what? I am going to do... Actually, I'm gonna check something. Myself, do I have detect trap?
I rolled a dirty 20.
There are, due to your experience with magic, there are a lot of runes engraved into the silver and gold chains that are draped over the top of these chests. The runes themselves, from your experience, look to be some sort of evocation and transmutation, a combination.
Hey, do you see anything with these things?
Do I know what these what these chains will do?
Make me an intelligence check.
That is 22.
22. From what you can tell, this is definitely a trap. What's supposed to happen here is you are supposed to grab onto the chain to remove it off the top of the chest, but as you do, it's supposed to turn it. The evocation is supposed to turn it almost acidic in nature and corrosive. But then the transmutation turns it into almost a goo or some sort of slime, and it starts melting into whatever you're supposed to be trying to get into.
I explain this to Volus.
I see. After removing the bone guard, you once again cast dispel magic to dispel the incantations on the chains. or at least their effect.
As you cast the spell, you watch as the chains over one of the chests start almost with a kaleidoscope of small firecrackers. As the runes just start sputtering out and dying as they seem to glow bright red, and then with an audible pop seem to break.
And there's 2 chests that remain, right?
Yep.
Okay. I have spells. I'm gonna use one more slot to cast it, and I'm gonna use my sorcery points to give me another point into. Now let me just see. Yeah, I can use it to create another 3rd level, and essentially dual cast the spell.
Alright. So the rest of the runes give way, and you now have 3 chests, relatively small in size, made of stone, ivory, and marble, that are covered in silver and gold.
They can visibly hear as well as a little bit from using those spells. I got dibs on this one, and you like point to the one in the corner here. The rest of you can go buck wild with the rest. I wonder how Ryoka and Rowan are doing. And he tries to open the chest that's in the far right.
Go over and try and open it, and it is locked. Seems one last act of defiance. And Ryoka, Rowan, as you guys stand there, the 2 chests dissolve in front of you. There's one left. What do you guys want to do?
Do you think this one's trapped as well?
Probably.
Is it? Where exactly are the chains positioned?
Now, the chains are draped over the top of it. Like, you know how someone might have some sort of a doily or even a cloth over top of a table or something like that?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's like with this chest. It is. Imagine someone has taken a gold or silver necklace, unsnapped it, and draped it over the top of this chest lengthwise.
What is the chest made out of?
It looks to be made out of the same stone that the building is made out of. Ivory and a little bit of quartz.
Ro just starts digging through everything that he has on him. What if we try to, like, break a hole into it without touching the chains?
I mean, I've done it to a desk before. How soft is ivory?
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you punch it, you might shake the chains, and that might melt them.
Right. What if we just, like, snap the chain, like, real quick, and then it's not...
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna help, because it's still gonna activate whatever it activates, isn't it?
If it's the chain that melts the chest, we just remove the chain by, like...
But what if it's not the chain?
I don't know.
What if we use that water that I got and poured over the chains, then try to drag them off?
Water from the...
Yes, the solid but liquid water, that one.
Yeah. What would change that?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe the water stops the melting somehow. Even if it just slows it down, we can grab whatever's inside.
It's worth a shot.
Alright, fair enough. Rowan would just get out his bucket of non-fucking,
non-Newtonian
salt
water.
water. Of the salt water from upstairs? Okay.
Yeah, the water that didn't exist, the non-Newtonian water.
Alright, you grab the bucket and...
Hold on. Rowan would just like, okay, Ryoka, on 3, I'll pour the bucket, take off the chains while they're submerged in the water, and I'll try to grab whatever's in the chest. Okay?
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go!
Okay. So you are dumping the water, and then Ryoka's trying to open.
Yeah,
No,
well,
Ryoka's trying to snatch the chain off.
and then
Okay.
Rowan
Make
would
me a dexterity check, and then Rowan, you are doing what?
I'm pouring the water, and when Ryoka takes off the chains, depending on if it starts melting, he'd grab whatever's inside, and if it doesn't start melting, quickly open it, then grab whatever's inside.
Okay. So Ryoka, as he dumps the water and you run your hands through it, what did you get for your dexterity?
I got a 19.
19. All right. You run your hands through it as quickly as possible, and as the water splashes into them, you see some of the chain does start dissolving as it's interacted with, but a little bit slower. And you run your hand over it and pretty much swipe the chain off of it, and you watch as it starts clattering off the side. And you see a gout of goo and acidic water just sprays off into the floor and starts melting into the floor. But it seems you've managed to clear the chest off as Rowan goes in and starts trying to open it. It does seem locked.
Well, we got that done. Do you want to punch that lock?
Ryoka looks to the chain melting the floor and is just like, I hope there's no one downstairs.
Hold on. Rowan would just dig through his equipment and once again get out a set of thieves' tools to try to pick the lock.
Bullshit. We're just fucking pulling shit out of our ass right now.
The other party over there, getting rid of the channel, whatever. Us. If we do this quick enough,
if we pour water on it.
You see, this is where we have the difference between Mission Impossible and Taken. You have this off dum dum da da dum dum for Volus and for Zorb. For you guys, it's I do not know who you are, but I have a particular set of dumbass skills.
Why does Volus have invisible? Bad about to happen.
So, just a little FYI, I'm wondering if Zorm could use his tinkering tools to open up the locks.
No, that's not what tinkering tools are made for.
Okay.
Well, let's
All right.
see.
I need one second. Rowan, as you pull out your thieves' tools, go ahead and make me a tinkering check. This is dexterity based, so use your proficiency if you have proficiency with your thieves' tools.
I do not. I just have my dexterity.
Then using the tools, you will actually need to subtract your proficiency bonus from the roll.
From subtracted, alright.
Why not just roll at disadvantage?
Because that's not as cool.
Okay,
are you throwing bullshit at us because we're pulling bullshit out?
Alright, so I roll and I subtract my proficiency.
Yes.
Alright, that is 14.
14. The lock doesn't seem that difficult. So you manage to actually click through it. It does take you a couple of tries, but you eventually... And the lock seems to give way as the chest kind of pops open.
Bro would just carefully lift it up and check what's inside.
And as you carefully lift it up and look inside, you see another same one of these containers.
Alright, Rowan would take that one as well, wrap it up the exact same manner of the first one, and say, well, I guess we should show this to someone that knows what they're doing. Because I have honestly no fucking clue what it is.
By opening it?
You just see gears in Rowan's head clicks like, we could try that.
Right, because like, give it.
Are you sure you want
I
to
am.
I feel like
more
my fingers
sure.
are better for it. I feel like I'm better at this than you are.
I mean, I'm strong. It's like a really tight pickle jar, you know?
Yes, but if you break it, it might break what's inside.
I won't break it.
How about we play rock, paper, scissors to see who opens it?
Bet! She just raises her fist in hand. She's like, let's go.
Both of you roll a d4.
You take 20 points of damage.
Oh my god.
As Ryoka loses, she punches him in the face.
You guys just out here playing boulder
Alright,
parchment shears and then
I have
actually
my
rocks
number.
fall from the ceiling.
Okay, great.
Playing boulder parchment shears, yeah.
Great. I would like to ask if my background in here, could someone help me? Because it says, the odds and probability are your bread and butter. During downtime activities that include games of chance or figuring odds on the best
This is not a downtime activity. You guys are trying. You guys are trying to figure out who will be opening a chest.
Alright, do I message you what I got?
No. What did you guys get, Ryoka?
Alright.
4.
3.
Ryoka, you managed to take it. As he pulls out the shears, you managed to get the boulder.
God
And
damn it.
it seems you win.
She opens her hand, like, hand it over.
You just hit a sigh. Just put it in her hand, just like, try it gently first. If that doesn't work, then you can try to do this.
I'm not that stupid, as she tries to open it.
You melted your chest, didn't you?
It's like I'm not that stupid, tries using her teeth.
Yes, iron.
As you start trying to open it up, it doesn't seem to be that resistant. It's almost like a pickle jar. You just... and it twists off. Release it, and it looks to be full of ash.
Are these urns?
Like,
don't
kind
know
of
what-
pour it out into your hand, and the ash, as it gets into your hand,
Maybe you should
Dust
put
it
that
off.
back in. Maybe you should put that back in. Could be useful later, but for now...
She
it's-
flicks any residual ash towards Rowan and closes the
I
container.
don't- Stop fucking
Okay,
that.
I feel terrible for saying this. I feel terrible for saying this, but when you said pickle jar, I'm like, Ryoka, I've turned myself into a pickle.
and that's the
God.
banhammer.
Oh my
You can
god.
say bye
why?
to Hubi's voice for the next few hours. My apologies. We will not be hearing from him until the next session.
You know what's
Thank you
funny?
very much.
I just watched that episode with my parents.
Turn myself into...
My god.
Anyways, getting back on topic.
At what level do I get polymorph?
It's a 4th level spell,
Ryoka
isn't it?
flicks any ash towards him and like blows it just to like get it in his face and then closes the jar.
Can I blow it back? Just like try to blow at the same time he's trying to
You
blow.
try and blow it back, but it mainly like you, as she flicks it over towards you, and you, some of it still gets on you, but you blow most of it back.
Yeah.
As
No,
this
you're-
happens,
Wait.
since you guys are
Are
in
we-
complete and total darkness, Ryoka, you feel something cold go through you.
Really quick,
just
I would like
shiver.
to ask, are we still invisible?
Are you still invisible?
Would I have to take like I didn't cast any spells or do any attacks, but I did take damage, so would I have to like constitution roll for that?
If it's a concentration spell, then probably.
It is a concentration spell.
Yeah, then probably.
Alright, well. Alright, well. Do I roll for it then?
Yeah, I wouldn't have to roll because you're doing.
Yeah,
this
I'm
all
the
of
one
both
keeping
of
it
us.
up. At least I get advantage on it.
A
That's
very
nice.
important detail was just missed because you guys decided to keep talking. Good enough.
I know the cold thing.
Oh, you were paying attention. That's not.
She looks to Rowan and she's like, "Did you feel that?
Feel what?
Good to know."
No, tell me what it is.
It's cold.
It's cold, but it's always cold down here.
Well, like it was cold, like something. I don't know, like wind.
Did you just release a fucking ghost?
I mean, I did earlier. Maybe I did
Did
it
you
again.
release 2 ghosts now?
I am the ghost queen.
I think you're about to be fucked by ghosts.
I mean, that's
No,
not entirely a downside.
no.
Anyways, back in track.
There's no
God,
getting back
no,
on track with
please.
them.
No.
I know, this is why I should
You
have cast
let
sleep
the
a
two
long time.
idiots go off on their own. What do you expect?
You're just like here from the other room, like, no, God, no, please, no, no.
And then just Ryoka cackling.
Alright, here's a simple one.
If we throw this at the enemy, is it just a ghost bomb?
Since all 3
Good
chests
idea.
have been disarmed, would it be safe to say, wouldn't it be easy if Volus just cast a normal, what was it? Magic missiles to try to break them open?
You're gonna try and break them open?
Yeah, break the locks open with the force damage.
Go ahead and roll damage for me. Because there's 3 here. What level are you casting Magic Missile?
Let me see. I remember they have. Was it 3 dots for first level?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Then
1
I'll-
additional dart per level.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just do normal first level. So the first one, 4. Or no. Okay. So I got 5, 5, and 4.
Okay, are you splitting them up between
Yeah.
each chest?
Yes.
You hear a clink, clink, clink of metal being hit from this kind of force and somewhat jarring. And try it again. Still seems the locks are a bit more resistant than that.
Huh. Well, anyone here want to try to break them open without trying to burn them open? There might be skulls inside, so just maybe break the lock unless someone has some lock picks.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about lockpicks. Aris, do you have anything? Wait, is Aris even still here? Just like Nerem looks around. Probably not seeing anything because it's dark.
Iris is still there, yeah. I mean, it's not dark entirely. You still have light from Zorm's staff.
Hey Iris, can you do anything about those locks?
She looks at him for a moment, looks at the damage that's been done. Let's see, would she be able to? One sec, need a roll. Yeah, she'd be able to do something about him. They're not too damaged. Hopefully. She walks over and she puts the sword she has away. And she goes over. She withdraws a small toolkit, what looks to be lockpicks and such.
I think she gave her the thieves' tools to me, which is why I have
No, she had a secondary pick.
Ah, okay.
She withdraws the tools and she starts tinkering with it. You hear metal that once used to turn smoothly kind of clink and jar. And Volus, you kind of wince and cringe at each of these sounds, knowing that this task has been made instrumentally harder by you nearly destroying the locks.
It was an attempt.
Yeah, and then you decided to have the attempt that should have come before happen.
Naturally.
How is the fucking shitpost side of the party having more success than the actual party?
Well, the thing is, the difference is you guys are taking damage.
Yeah, you're going gung-ho at this. We're trying to be methodical.
We know it's not gonna hurt that bad.
See, with our
Right.
with our group, we value everything. We value every little bit of HP.
And then there's Ryoka and Rowan are like, fuck it!
We wanna die.
We'll stick our hands in a burning fire to grab like a shiny object, I swear.
Like there's one copper
You're
coin in the fire.
You're gonna pull a Theron. You're gonna pull a
Yes.
Theron. You're gonna
We're
grab
Theron,
a
but
rock.
worse.
You're gonna grab a rock, and the entire thing is gonna fall on top of us.
We're Theron, but worse.
As you go through, you watch as Iris has an instrumental time just trying to crack this lock until finally you hear a very jarring and Iris withdraws her tools that are now somewhat bent from having to deal with that broken lock, and she lifts open the chest. Within it looks to be a small cylindrical object made of coral, metal, and steel.
Huh.
It's very beautifully made. The intricacies of it is almost like that of a fine china doll. It's sharp to hold, but it is magnificently made.
Let me just...
Is there any chance that we could reclaim the bone piece that we tried to, use on the log?
Not exactly. The bone shard didn't seem to have done anything. It just seemed to have been a bone shard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, can I just reclaim it quickly then?
So, what are you guys doing?
So one of the boxes was open, right?
Yes.
Zoom's just gonna step out of the way here.
Iris, you think you can open the other ones? If not, I'll keep trying to brute force it.
Iris nods. She'll do her best. Second one she opens, and the third one she opens.
Nice. So I guess.
Oh, just while that's happening, and Narum would like to light a torch and like look into the hallway that's continuing past this little room.
They see
All with the light that you have goes on.
I guess Volus will open the right chest then.
And they're all full of the same thing. Very intricately carved capsule of some sort.
Hey Zora, Iris, do you think we should open one of these?
Do I know what these are?
Make a wisdom check.
Okay, wisdom's not that bad. That's a 17.
17. From what you are able to discern, they seem to be some sort of containers for something. You're not sure exactly what.
Just be careful trying to open it. They are containers, so I don't quite know what they can be.
I need Zoram, and I need Volus, and Nira. Go ahead and make me a perception check, since you guys actually have light.
Okay.
That's my perception. Okay, that's my perception.
Let's
18.
$18.
Well.
8 for Nerem.
24 for Zoram.
28. As the light is currently being projected by your small glow stick, something weird. There seem to be shadows in the darkness. Not just your own. You see like 3 figures that just seem to be like extra shadows around. They seem to be moving along the walls.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're losing Hooby.
Yep, Hooby's kind of dying.
Are they? Where are they? Hello?
Yes?
We're over here fucking with
There you
Eldritch Fiends.
So where are these shadow creatures?
Allow me to show you. One of them seems to be there. One of them seems to be there. And another one's appeared kind of from what you can see with the light.
Zorn is gonna just kind of put his torch a little bit closer toward, like his.
Do you have a torch, or are you using
his glow
stick?
stick. Sorry, his glow stick. A little bit closer towards the shadowy creature or shadowy form.
Bring it closer, and you watch the shadow. It just starts sailing away from the light. It seems to be mainly contracted around the areas of pretty much everybody else's shadow. It seems to be sticking to the dark.
Zoram? What's up? Why are you waving that glow stick around?
Do we know of anything that can cause this phenomena?
No. Not really. You're not sure what this could be.
Okay.
You're just seeing moving shadows. I'm not sure if you're seeing things or if this is something else. And Niram, as you're looking over towards Zoram, what's going on here? Why are you moving around so much? You start seeing Zoram's shadow as it's cascaded around on the backside of the wall behind him. He watches it almost starts peeling off of the wall and reaching out for him.
Can Nerem, like, pull Zoram away from the wall?
Make me a, make me a athletics check here, just to get him and pull him away as quickly as you can.
All right. That is a natural 20 for a total of 26.
All right. You grab onto the side of Zoram and yank him away just as his shadow seems to just get a grip onto the back of his cloak. And as he tears away, you watch as the cloak seems to fade into almost like an ashen black, as if something had been sucked out of it. And Zoram, you just suddenly feel Niram's hands push you out of the way as you stumble forward into Iris.
I'm sorry about that, but I think your shadow just tried to pull you
Zoram,
away.
I need you to make me a sleight of hand check to see if you can keep hold of your glow stick.
It's so hard to roll. I can't move my wrist.
Ah, yes, this is your personal hell.
Just like grab it with your fingertips and then.
No, like it's really hard because you can't move your wrist and your hair and your fingers are like. You kind of use your wrist a little bit when you're using your fingers. Hold on, I need to see where my sleight of hand is here.
Great. Well,
so that's an 18.
Okay. I was gonna. Whilst the roll was happening, if I could just take the 3 canisters up to like toward them, so they could continue onward.
As you stumble forward and manage to keep hold of it, the light kind of flickers for a moment, and shadows seem to dance for a moment. It seems whatever you had seen, Niram, They're waiting for it to get dark.
Okay, out of character, I know what this is, and I hate it.
Hey,
And
game.
here, Rowan and Ryoka are in a dark
invisible
room.
things can't have shadows.
The only reason they did, it seems, whatever happened to you, Rowan and Ryoka, perhaps it is because you are invisible that they did not see you.
I really quick have a question on
okay. He turns around like as he's trying to grab each of the canisters, looking at the flickering lights. As he's like,
Grape, I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so the spell invisibility states that anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible, right?
Technically, yes.
Okay, so if an invisible person held a torch, wouldn't the torch turn invisible?
You guys weren't. You guys didn't say you had a torch.
No,
You guys didn't say you were carrying
it. This is just an out-of-character question. And if that torch turns invisible, does the fire itself become invisible, meaning that there's just no lights emitting from a torch?
That's a question for another time.
That's a question for a physicist.
but he does look to. I'm assuming Zoram has the light.
Well, I think like Narum did light a torch as well, so we have two light sources.
Do I add the canisters to the inventory?
Yes, you have. If you're taking all three of them, you can add. You have what seems to be 3 coral urns.
Okay.
But the rest of you, you just watch around as it seems the shadows are playing tricks on you. You're not sure.
Some things afoot here.
So
I don't like it.
I'd like to do a little bit of a thing here.
Okay.
And I'd like to use my magical tinkering to imbue hold on here, I'm just trying to make sure that I actually have this in my inventory. I'm trying to make sure that I have like a small pebble in my inventory, but I can't seem to find it. I might not have it. So what classifies as a tiny object?
Like a copper coin, a gold coin, silver coin.
Okay. I guess it just defines to anything that isn't bigger than the palm of your hand.
So I'm going to use a copper coin.
What? Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Sorry. How am I sounding right now? Am I better? Okay.
Man, sound like he had a stroke.
I don't know what's going on. My internet's being weird. So I'm going to use magical tinkering on a copper coin to imbue it with a light feature.
You have. That will be 4. You are only allowed 3. You have the dart, you have the glow stick, and you have the bag of holding. What are you giving up?
It doesn't count towards my infusions. It's a magical tinkering. So magical tinkering is different from my magical infusions.
You get off with a technicality, but I'll allow it.
And it will shine bright feet and dim light.
I know what it does. I know what the light does, yes.
I would like to... I'm going to look at Narum, and I'm going to ask him to kind of point out where my shadow was trying to get me.
Narum would point at the wall that Zoram was previously standing in front of.
There is no shadow there anymore.
Oh, that's weird. I suppose because you moved, your shadow moved as well.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know why it tried to reach out. Yeah, this is giving me
Zoram,
the
feel something
heebie-jeebies.
weird against the back of your neck, like your cloak. Just like it's almost like you have the tag against your skin, and you're like, shit, what is that?
What's going on?
You reach up and grab your cloak, and you feel the tip of the hood of your cloak seems to crumble apart in your hand. Niram, you remember that as being the spot where he was grabbed by his own shadow.
Yeah, Nerum would relay that information that the shadow like got a hold of the cloak and it did something.
You know what? Screw this. Screw this. I'm going to cast detect magic and look around.
When you detect magic, the only detect magic you get is from your glow stick and from a couple of implements on Volus.
There's nothing magical here going on.
Then what the fuck is it?
As this goes on, Proven, Ryoka, we switch over. What would you two like to do, as currently you hold within your grasp one open urn, and the other two seem to have been destroyed from the other two chests? What would you guys like to do?
Urn. I have my urn.
Yeah, he has his urn.
Yeah, but it was opened.
No, Ryoko's was opened.
There was only one. There were 3 chests, 2 of them were destroyed, and then you only had the one.
But I managed to grab
Oh, that's right. Yep. Understood. Sorry. Brain stuff. Human English hard. My bad.
Damn, the sheets are coming back.
Ryoka is gonna close her urn.
I'm gonna keep mine closed. How about that?
Ryoka looks at him and be like, so...
Do you want to keep going?
But I think we made something angry by opening the urn. Want to piss it off more?
You didn't feel anything come out.
I am offended at the fact that you have to ask. They'd probably just continue the hallway down.
Yeah.
Alright. So, continuing down, you run into much the same. The exact same. 3 chests, 1 pedestal, both living in dead flowers.
Okay, so
now we don't have water, but
okay.
yanking the chain away works.
Yes, so what we can do is, one of us yanks the chain away, the other grabs it as the top of it is melting as quick as possible.
Yes. Your turn. I grab, you pull.
Which one of us is faster, though?
I'm fast.
I am fast, too, though, at grabbing stuff.
That's what she said.
Yeah. My fingers are incredibly fast. You don't understand.
Ryoka looks at him like,
Oh, God.
I hate the both of you.
Let us just hope the rooms aren't echoing.
Oh, I flat out know they are.
Well, it echoes, but you guys just hear, like, faint off, like, giggles and whispers and talking. You can't make out what it's saying, you just hear faint giggling, laughing, and talk.
And judging by the
I just realized something. How did they decide the winner of rock, paper, scissors? They're both invisible.
Wait a second.
Well, that's the thing. You just heard Ryoka say, I win, and you went for it.
You got finesse, dude.
My brain does not really think of consequences. It's just action, no consequence.
This bit you in the ass, didn't it, mate?
You just heard Ryoka say, I win, and you went, oh, okay.
I can't believe Rowan played himself that hard.
This is the second time I've done it in the span of, like, in-game minutes.
Boulder Parchment Shears is hard to play when you're invisible, isn't it?
Ryoka's like, okay, fine. I'll yank the chain away like before.
You know, there are like two more
grab
factors.
the urn.
And I'll
First
grab
off,
him out.
Isn't
Okay.
it like pitch black?
I mean, Rowan would be able to see.
Yeah, Rowan would, but Ryoka wouldn't.
That is a technicality for another day. Ready?
Right. I will go ahead and have you guys, as this happens, Ryoka, make your sleight of hand check as you try and rip the chains off the top of these chests.
Ooh, that's a good number. 23.
23. You
Advanced
grab onto the chain, and the moment your skin touches them, they shift slightly, but that's only because they start turning to gel and gelatin the moment your hands rush over them, and they immediately turn to acid. And it starts burning through the top of the chest.
Grab it!
Rowan would just like already be prepared and just immediately, like the moment the top of the chest started melting, grab it and take the
Sleight of hand check.
Alright, that is a 27.
Yeah, you reach in, you grab onto it, you take 1 point of acid damage instead of the 2.
Alright, do I make my constitution roll?
It's acid. You don't need a con save, it's not poison.
The invisibility.
No, he for the invisibility.
My concentration.
You would need to roll concentration, yes, so you need to be DC of 10.
Oh, okay. Well, I have advantage on it because I
Yes, you do,
have
because, yeah, I know, I'm just saying.
Oh,
Alright.
damn it!
Alright, that's a 3 and a 19, so 19.
Yes, 19. So you... shit. And it burns through... This is your best shirt, by the way, that you're wearing. It's starting to become seared by acid.
Alright.
Ryoka looks at him and is just like, we need the water.
How are you looking at me?
She's looking in his direction. She's like, we need...
Well, she does, for a moment, about a split second, after you reach your hand in. You grab onto the urn. The urn does not immediately turn invisible.
You see the urn lift up and slowly fade away.
It lifts up, and the moment it passes by the acid, it turns invisible.
Alright.
This one is slightly damaged due to the nature of the acid.
Do you got like a flask with liquid in it? I don't want to know what kind of liquid, but...
I mean, I still have another bucket.
Does that bucket have water in it?
Yes, it does.
Same method as before. Pour it, I grab, you grab.
Alright, what if I only pour half the bucket?
That might
And then
work.
we use the other half for the other one.
Right. Do it.
Alright. Rowan would just take the 2 buckets, the empty one from before, pour what he feels is about half, because he can't really see it, can he? And then just... Right.
Just weigh him. Weigh him.
Alright. Are you ready?
Yes.
Alright. He would just throw the water onto the chains again. Repeat
She
the same
goes to
thing.
yank the chain as soon as the water even comes close.
Alright. Sleight of hand check. Either individually, or you can go ahead and make yourselves one at advantage.
Want to do one at advantage?
Yeah, should I do it?
Yeah, you do it.
Alright.
You have a higher sleight of hand.
So that is a 9, that is a 15, so in total it comes out at 24.
24, alright. So water splashes over it. Ryoka runs her hands through the chain that start dissolving as her hands touch them, but they manage to just stay in perfect form for her to move them. And as they scatter off to the side, they start melting into the stoneworks of the floor. And you open up the chest after doing what you need to.
Is this grave robbing?
No, it's archaeology.
Oh my god.
I
Oh,
would like that to be in
God.
character, by the way.
That is 100% in character.
Is
I
this
would like
grave
to
robbing?
point
No,
out
it's
that
archaeology.
What the fuck?
I would like to point out that the other, like, while these two are being a shitpost, we are shitposting in no mic.
So, somebody go ahead and quote that. Just are we grave robbing? No, this is archaeology. Can somebody just quote that,
I'll
please?
quote it.
Even if those of you in the stream, if you could just clip that, that would be perfect.
Don't worry,
I'll
I can.
quote it.
Grape, I can make a highlight out of it and just send it
Yeah,
to
that-
you for your personal
that-
collection.
Where
that'd
is
be
your
great.
highlights? I want to show them to friends.
Well, I guess I can, like, there are Twitch highlights, which are basically just me taking a portion of the stream and cutting it out myself, and then it's viewable as its own video.
Yes.
But given that I have everything on YouTube, I could just, like, start downloading the footage and start editing something together, because Jesus Christ, it's getting to the point where I need to do that.
The amount of just bullshittery that we want to revisit.
Yep.
I think the timing on that was just perfect, though.
All right. So, as you go through the third chest, actually, because you guys 1, 2, you need to do the third. Go ahead and make your sleight of hand check with your last bucket of water.
Alright. Let's go. Alright, 6 and 17, so that brings us to 26.
26. Yeah.
Feel like I know.
Water
Together,
splatters over it, and as Ryoka just shuffles over the chain as it starts melting into the floor again, you start realizing the acid is eating through the floor, and it's not stopping.
She goes over to like one of the holes and to see how deep it's gone.
The hole is roughly about 4 feet deep at this time. The acid is eating through it very quickly.
That's some pretty powerful acid. Try not to trip.
She shrugs, walks back over. How many urns do we have at this point?
We have, I think, 3 intact urns, 1 damaged one.
Because you have the one that you managed to save from the first one. You have so you have one that was intact that you managed to pull out of the acid.
Yep.
You have another one that Ryoka opened. So you have one good one opened one. Then you have 3 more, but 1 is damaged. So you have 2 kind of useless ones and 3 good ones.
Yep, and the last one just dissolved, right?
Yep.
Wait, that means it also technically opened. Great.
Perhaps.
Ryoka just like
Well,
turns herself in Rowan's general direction, being like, I wonder how the others are doing.
that's an issue for another time. Should we keep going?
Yes. Can't believe you even have to ask.
As you guys keep maneuvering yourselves forward, you manage to make it through the hallway and you turn left, and I will go ahead and pick up with the next group, with the other group, as you guys have managed to make it a bit farther than them because of the nature of what you're dealing with.
We
We're
think
just
about
like
speedrun
water.
grave robbing.
Speedrun grave robbing.
Volus, Zoram, Niram, along with Iris and Clyde, you guys are standing around there as the shadows continue dancing around.
So,
What do you guys do?
do you think they're gonna chase us?
More than likely. You know, I want to. So, can we see the individual shadows with the light?
You see your own shadows.
I will be right back.
It makes me wonder if we break these things, it might dispel them. He says almost furiously.
There's nothing magical here.
Nothing magical here, but something obviously did something to your cloak.
Just
You know what? He's gonna take one of the urns and like try to dump out some of the stuff. I see if there's anything in it. What?
No, I just like the idea of just dumping out ashes.
Alright. So, what are you doing?
He's trying to dump out the ashes of one of the urns.
As the lid gives way and you pull off the lid, see the ash inside, confirming your theory that this is some sort of urn. You just kind of like dump out the ash onto the floor. You feel something like cold run through your body.
Looking no like.
Let's see, if those chains were meant to destroy stuff, but maybe it wasn't the urns that were the danger, but... And he snaps his fingers a moment to spark a flame. Maybe it's the ashes that is what is the issue, and then he casts let me just check what it was. A firebolt at the dumped ash.
And as you release it, it hits into the ash, and the ash scatters. Some of it burns further. You're not sure if anything changed.
See, out of character, I know what it is, and I hate it.
I have no idea what it is, and it makes it even better.
Maybe you can try to see if anything like this is hurt or something. I don't know.
Do I know of anything that does this?
Know of anything
To
that
my
does
cloak?
this?
Like,
You have no idea.
because Niram said my shadow just tried to attack me. So I'm just kind of wondering.
That's going to be a new one for you.
Okay.
Maybe there's just some
Only reason I know what these things is because I encountered them into a different campaign.
Peter Pan shadows are after us.
I guess we just have to continue.
Well, if my theory
we can't figure out what it is, but until we can see what it is, and right now I don't think we can see anything.
Let's just make sure we're well lit. And hopefully my flames did some help. But we should probably keep on going.
Yeah, be vigilant.
Alright. So if you guys continue on to the next one, you see the same pedestal with live and dead flowers with 3 crates. Or 3 chests at least.
Let's not mess with these. I feel like if we try and mess with these, I think there's probably more to this than just the chains, so let's try not.
You know what? Maybe that's a good idea. Moderation always has been a pretty good idea. You know how you're not supposed to put like too much salt into a dish?
Well, you said my shadow tried to attack me, and I'm feeling like these boxes have something to do with it.
Oh. Yeah, you know what?
Because it only happened after we opened them. So let's try and avoid touching them. Is everyone alright with that?
I think I can agree. Maybe just... I want to put them back, but at the same time...
Are you guys saying to put the urns back?
At the same time, it might be better just to destroy them.
Let's We don't believe yet.
Anyway, let's keep going. If something
Let's
better
just
arises.
keep going until we find something different.
Yeah, I agree. We're wasting time. And just for extra precaution, Boss is gonna recast his cantrip lights to proceed forward with the party.
Yeah, Naram still has his torch lit up and is gonna follow.
He's leading with his coin.
The other party's like, maybe we should destroy them and get rid of them. They seem like bad juju. Rowan and Ryoka, money.
Haha, Ergo burr.
Grab as
Ergo
many
burr.
as possible.
What the fuck is that?
As you guys continue moving forward, the hallway seems to end and turn off to your left. And as you do so, you still notice that the shadows are dancing around you. You can't help but just keep looking at them, seeing for anything that looks out of the ordinary, something that looks weird, but you just can't find it.
Who runs into Ryoka?
As Volus, as you keep walking forward, you poof, run into something, and felt humanoid for a moment, but you pull out your staff.
Hey!
What the heck? Is this an invisible fucking wall?
No, it's
Again?
me, you idiot!
Oh,
Oh, same difference.
Wow!
It's not the
Dang!
same. Oh, same difference. Well, Ryoka. Same thing. Like talking to a brick wall.
Jesus Christ! Just because she's built doesn't mean that you have to call her a fucking brick wall.
Honestly, I'm stronger than the fucking barbarian. I don't know what you expect.
No, I think we have the same strength. We're both at a
Yeah, but
16.
you roll shit every
Yeah,
time.
I just have cursed dice.
Ryoka is built like a wall, but also it's like talking to a brick wall.
oh my
She's
god.
built like a wall, but as agile as a cat. It's
No.
weird.
You see, Ryoka isn't a wall. He just moves to wherever you're trying to get to.
Oh god, that was so
Same
funny.
effect.
I'm sorry. Just the fact that they said it at the same time.
Jesus Christ.
Same difference.
Oh my god. Ryoka, like, looks at them even though they can't see her, and she's like, how many urns did you get?
Yeah, well, I jumped out one, but we got 3.
Got, like, all of them but one. It got destroyed.
You might want to be careful. There might be something tied to those urns.
Oh, is that the cold feeling I had?
Rowan would just like to try to
Wow.
shush her.
Oh, okay.
Right now, our shadows are doing some weird bullshit.
We've been in the dark. There are no shadows.
Hmm.
Ryoka goes to, like, move Rowan, like, let's go, let's ditch him, go,
Let's go.
Do we hear this?
Probably.
They're talking in front of you, and the stone here is, shall we say, very acoustic.
Can Volus blindly attempt to bonk Ryoka on the head with his staff?
Can I move before he hits me? Or rather,
Well, you're
dodge?
currently talking with Rowan, and suddenly you just feel a bink of a wooden staff just kind of lightly bonking you on the head.
Ow!
Oh, sorry, still can't see you. It's not that making it any easier.
Idiot.
Whatever you say, brick
So,
wall.
what's up ahead?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go check.
Let's go check, please. So that way
Yeah.
we can probably figure out what the hell is with Lord Brokenridge. Who knows? Maybe he'll give a.
I have
I
a
think-
feeling I know what's in the next room, and I really don't want it.
I want it.
I wanted to.
Well, let's see if you don't burn up the next chest.
There's one more room in front of you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rowan and
Ryoka and
just
Rowan are
get away.
moving into it, yeah. Fucking full sailing it.
In front of you, as you look through the hallway into the room, as the light slowly starts fading into it, you see before you what looks to be a giant circle with a black hole in the center of it. As you look into it, it looks to be layered, almost like a pyramid. You see the smaller circle leads out to a larger one, which leads out to a larger one. The biggest one is roughly about a 5-foot radius on each side, and then gets smaller and smaller until it reaches the black hole, which seems to be a small slot in the wall.
How big is it?
It's roughly about the size of somebody's hand.
Rowan just starts
And,
taking out a copper coin.
You see on the edge of it there look to be little slits at about 4-inch intervals along each side of these inner walls.
What if you guys put the bones in
And
there?
the closer you look at them, you see each of these little slits are filled with blades.
The forbidden flashlight.
As it gets closer and closer, it's essentially, let me try and draw this out. You have large circle, small circle, smaller, smallest, and then you have black hole. This is just a diagram. And it has blades that are coming out like this. And they get more and more dense as it goes on.
Is it just me, or does that look like a mouth?
Yes, a mouth of. With a single worm.
Ryoka is gonna staff.
Gonna use the staff.
Staff
Wait,
and put
Rowan's
it in the hole.
Rowan's already trying to like throw a copper coin in there. Just like, hey, get away from me! Step back.
Fucking see, bitch.
Yeah, just wait.
Ah!
Wait.
Are you two
And he
sticking
just-
around, or are you guys gonna keep being invisible for us to not see you?
It's a tactical advantage, okay?
What he said.
Your noise isn't really helping your benefit from your
I have a
advantage.
question. Like,
Yes.
is this similar to what we saw above? With
You mean like the relief? No, that seemed to have a star-like design. This one is a circular design.
Okay.
Alright, well, may I flick my copper coin into the opening?
You, ting. As it goes in, you watch as it seems to strike something, almost like a fine spiderweb string. And you watch as a blade immediately shoots out, and you watch as the copper coin is sliced in half.
Huh.
My staff.
I just saved your staff.
Are you sure you want to use your staff on that? Are you sure you want to get close to that?
Yes.
If this thing eats you, I'm not pulling you out of
Did
this.
she? Did we see the string?
No, I said it just seemed to have run into something that almost looked like a spider-like string. You saw it because it vibrated for a second and then stopped.
The nice thing is, technically speaking, both Ryoka and whoever's behind Ryoka would be able to see this as well.
Ryoka's like, maybe if we shine light on it at just the right angle, we'll be triggers and I can navigate my staff through it and my staff won't get cut and I can reach at whatever's at the end.
Or I could just use my mage hand and grab whatever's in there.
Yeah, there's
You know
also
what? That's a very good idea.
You know, we don't
Why do
have
you
to.
guys suck all the fun out of it?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were such a masochist.
Yeah, I didn't know that you were wanting to so desperately to the one boob wonder, along with the one armed wonder.
I was gonna put my staff in there, not my arm.
And how's your staff gonna be able to pull something out of there? It's gonna grow a hand?
I mean, what if it's
I
a
do not
button?
suggest Ryoka puts her staff into the forbidden flashlight.
Volus just cast the mage hand to try to see if he could navigate it down into this weird thing as a test. Just to save Ryoka from harming themselves.
I wouldn't be harming myself!
Alright. So what's the plan here?
Well,
Just
We
mage
let,
hand.
yeah, mage hand.
Mage hand.
mhm.
As you cast Mage Hand and it seems to float forward, you watch as it impacts with whatever the coin ran into, and it gets dispelled.
Maybe.
Do you
You know
have...
what? Why don't you try throwing one of those urns in there?
What if we chuck a spell in there?
Actually,
Try to
that
break
might
whatever
work
is in
because
there?
then you could see what is affecting the area there.
Ryoka takes the urn that she opened
Yeah.
and goes to like throw it like a football through it, so it
Rowan would like to step out of the way first.
Alright, you step out of the way, and what's going on next?
Ryoka's
Real
gonna
quick.
throw the urn like a football into the opening, the one that she opened earlier.
Alright, you throw it into the opening, and you watch as it impacts into what seems to be a fine web of string. And you watch as a bunch of the... As it gets further in, due to the weight and size of it, you see as multiple of these blades just immediately start singing out. You watch as most of them just immediately impact, and you watch as bits and pieces of it go flinging off at just the striking force of this blade. And as it shatters just as the inner blades come together and spear into it, there is nothing left of that urn.
Okay.
I think it's safe to say.
Which of you was able to throw fire?
Me?
Alright, can you try
Do
to,
it.
I was
chuck it
If
in
I
there?
can make an educated guess, this hole was probably used for sacrificial reasons. At least by the design, but
Or
if you want me to throw a firebolt into it, I can care less.
Do it, please.
going to
I-
ask.
if you
I
don't,
can-
I'll just throw like, I don't know.
I'm just trying to think if those strings were able to cut an urn. They're probably made of metal, so he does take a
No,
fireball and
the
just throw it down.
The strings activate the knives, and the knives come out and cut things. So what if
Did
we
you
cut
not
the
remember
strings?
the Ryoka? Did you not see that my mage hand also gets essentially blocked by that? It would mean these things have something that can dispel my spells.
I was going to say,
But
does
what you're
my
saying is, we cut the strings.
I'm trying to say, I was going to ask if my detect magic sees anything still or no. Because it lasts for 10 minutes.
So, I need a defined plan here. What are you guys doing?
Well, granted,
I-
mage hand didn't work, and literal physical objects seem to get cut down. It could be safe to deduce that these things are made of metal or they have a dispelling on them. So either way, fire will probably not be as effective.
I was wanting to know, because detect magic lasts for 10 minutes, if I see anything at all.
You're gonna detect magic?
No, because it lasts for 10 minutes, I'm wondering if I see anything at all.
There's magic, yeah, there's some of it, but it's inside the hole.
Can I tell what it is?
From what you can tell, it seems to be necromancy.
Seems like there's necromancy spell, necromancy magic affecting this area here in the hole.
Can he not see the strings?
Whatever they are, they seem to not show up on any magical spectrum.
Let's see. So something necromantic is down there. Probably is what's also causing that. Whatever is happening to Lord Brokenridge, since I doubt there's any other rooms here.
How is any of this connected to Lord Brokenridge?
Because we were supposed to come here under, like, figuring out what the heck how Lord Brokenridge is.
You guys came here on the aspect of, hey, something's going on here, my health is declining because of something that's going on. Did you guys check it out? To, hey, let's grave rob.
No, it's archaeology.
Yeah, archaeology. Get it right.
I want to test something here.
Okay, what would you like to test?
Ice cream.
I would like to try and see. Is it like a physical object at the end, or is it like on the sides?
In reference to what?
To the aura that I'm seeing for the necrotic energy.
It is something inside that has the necrotic energy.
Alright, I would like to attempt to see if I can... No, never mind. No, that's not going to work. I was just having a thought, and after I thought about it a little bit more,
Thinking it's dangerous, is it?
yeah. See, I have an acid attack, but I don't know if that would affect. I'm pretty sure that would cause damage to whatever is on the end of this thing.
You're not
So
sure.
I would like to take a look around and see if there's any switches to deactivate it.
Make an investigation check. And whoever is eating into your microphone, please mute yourself when you're eating.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ryoka's gonna look in Broman's direction and be like, wait, if it's necromantic or whatever he said, does it want blood?
And for my investigation, that is a dirty 20.
As you're wandering about the room with the light source, and looking through, there is nothing that you can discern that it is some sort of switch. No move block. Nothing.
It's possible, but I don't want to have to take that risk, because anything that enters there is not going to exist afterwards.
I agree. But because this is what the cause is for harming us.
And I have a sneaking suspicion that this is what was the result of those people up above who had those.
Who wants to get their blood drawn?
I just want to let you guys know. I have a feeling, I have a suspicion that this is where
You're cutting out. What, Zodom? You...
I have a feeling that this is where those people got those weird attachments for limbs instead upstairs.
Well, then it would make
What
sense
if-
if we just destroy it entirely.
What if we grab one of the dead bodies that doesn't have, like, a just rock arm or something, and try to stick their arm into here?
How about we just destroy it and leave this place? I don't think any of us here would
Can,
want to
can we
deal with
try
it
it first?
Well,
They're already dead.
do what
Might
you
as well
will.
use the resources we have at hand.
I just feel like we shouldn't be playing around with such dark magic. I mean, we already pissed off actually two individuals that can literally serve us on a platter. I don't think we should be following this stuff in
They'd
particular.
have to catch me first.
Oh, trust
mean,
me, it can catch you.
We lose literally nothing in trying.
You may lose an arm.
No. Like, the dead body would lose an arm. We wouldn't.
So you want to run upstairs and drag one of those bodies down here?
And here's
Yes.
another
Ryoko,
thing.
will you help me?
Of course I will.
Cool.
Wait.
What are you saying?
Here's one last thing to add. Whatever's down there has some necromancy on it. Won't it just bring a dead body back to life?
Then we just
Not
kill it.
necessarily. Necromancy has different things.
It can heal.
Well, do you know what these different things are, Zoram?
It can heal.
Well, for example, it can
Heal.
it can act as protection from being hurt. It has a few different uses, but
Does this look like any of those uses aside from darker art?
As this discussion is taking place, Zoram, you are currently wandering about, just still looking for switches and such. Until Volus, Niram, and Clyde, you suddenly feel something cold grip like your calf, and then start gripping your hip as if it's climbing up from underneath you.
Even with the lights still out?
The light's far away, so it's a bit dim.
Well, Bolas has a light spell cast.
Yeah,
I
Naren
know
has
he
it.
does, but your spell disappeared when you sent it through whatever it was through.
Naren was
Oh.
gonna take his torch and wave it down towards where he feels the cold.
As you wave it down, you immediately see what looks to be the blank, null face. A humanoid thing that's reaching up and currently grabbing onto you, and it and sinks back into the ground.
Oh god!
And as it sinks back into the ground, we'll go ahead and end the session.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh,
I
geez.
know exactly what these are, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I don't know what they are, but,
Oh, I full on know what they are.
Here to
Oh.
share with the class.
No, he
No,
does not.
I do not want to share with the class because that would go against what the DM wants.
I'm a sad potato now. I love how Ryoka and Rowan just when they put their heads together, shit happens.
Great things happen.
Grape.
Yep.
I played Death House, so I know what these things are.
Uh-huh.
I know exactly what these
Are they
things are.
shadows? Are they?
I'm not saying nothing.
I'm just taking a random guess because
All right. But nonetheless, as we go ahead and end today's session, because it's our usual 2-hour time limit for our games, I'll go ahead and say, for those of you in the stream, I really do hope you guys enjoyed the antics and bullshittery that we've managed to pull off today. We didn't manage to get much done, but what we did get done was pretty fucking funny.
yes, the brick wall.
Archaeology.
Yes, we found out that Ryoka's into necrophilia.
But
Jesus.
nonetheless, reining it back in. Reining
When
it back
did we find this
in.
out?
As we get back into my ending of the session so we can then start tearing each other apart. Again, those of you in the stream, we really appreciate you guys coming by. If you enjoyed it as much as we did, you can always find some more of us doing this every Saturday, roughly about 2 o'clock East to about 12 o'clock West Coast, and roughly about, I think, 8 o'clock to 8:30 German Central.
Yeah, that's about right.
But, nonetheless, if you really, really did enjoy it, perhaps you could gift us a follow, maybe just for Behemoth. He'll love you long time. But if you feel dangerous, or even maybe a bit gifting, perhaps even a subscription. But we don't beg for that sort of thing here, because that would be below us to even think of such a thing. So, as I once again say thank you, I really hope you enjoyed, I'll go ahead and hand it off to Behemoth, and allow him to end this with a much more sugary note.
Thank you very much, Grape. So, as Grape said, thank you very much for sticking around, and I appreciate each and every one of you just for hanging out and having fun. I'm very sorry that I had to put the chat into follow only mode, and there was a 5-minute timer at least for like a good part of the stream to be able to chat, because I'm going to mention this again. I think I mentioned it last time. There is still an issue of Twitch being infested with people like enacting petty trolling and revenge against people of let's just say people who are different, and not different in as in like, it's not meant as a negative connotation, just people of, be it ethnic minorities or just minorities in general, smaller communities, especially people in the LGBTQIA community, and people of, for example, of the like Black creator communities and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into it. I can't speak for them. Jesus Christ, what is going on with my microphone? I hate it. I can't speak for them because I'm not as affected. I'm not presenting as anything. But yeah, I like, that is the reason that we're in follower only mode. That is the reason why the beginning of the stream was in emote and follower and subscription only mode, because these people are deplorable enough to, while your channel is offline, go and post messages and then try to report them with another account to get you banned, which is stupid and heinous. So if you are a creator, just take care. Now, to get away from that, because that is it's a topic I don't like to talk about, I would like to thank each and everyone who subscribed and followed. I'm going to read them out now. Pear, thank you very much for the 3-month subscription. Jesus Christ. The fact that you're spending money on me is insane. Just in general. Thank Mike Nose and the Rhythmic Rhymes, and also thanks Pika for the follows. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry that there's a timer of when you're able to chat. I do hope that you enjoyed the stream. I hope we're going to be back next Saturday. And yeah, I don't know if I'm doing anything in between. We'll see. But yeah, worst case, I guess we'll see you next Saturday. And also, in case you want to catch up on some stuff just relating to D&D. God, if I could type. Here we go. We have a YouTube playlist. It's not quite updated yet. I need to work on that. Expect the next... I think part 25 is uploaded but not published yet. I need to take care of that. And number 26 I'm going to upload today, and then it's probably going to be published tomorrow or maybe Monday. But yeah, that's about that. So thank you again, everyone, for watching. Thanks everyone who's part of this for being such a lovable person, even though shit's going wild every fucking 5 seconds, apparently. And I hope you have a nice day, evening, whatever. See ya.